Okay, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Smudcast number 564, Kidman, Cruise, and Scientology, a horror love story. And in case you don't know, this is by the Maggie Mae Fish. We're about a day late because we couldn't agree on what to cover, and then we said, hey, let's do this one. And then Dunn was like, well, I can't do it today. I'm like, oh, so now we're just stranded and hoping for the best because we don't know what to expect. I haven't watched it. No one has watched it. And this came out just in July, so kind of scary.
I'll be brutally honest with you, Smud. Unless it's for a Smudcast, I don't tend to watch Maggie Mae Fish.
Someone's watching these things, and I don't know who. And you read the comments, you're like, wow, these people are really involved in her conversation. I don't know what she's saying that's so important for or entertaining. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
she's amazing. It's just every time we see a new video from Maggie Mae, we're just wow, what will life throw at us next, and how weird will Maggie get? And we can never expect her. So the problem I have with this video, though, just by the title, is that she's combining real life and movies in some weird quasi brain fart of hers that's probably not going to help us in our reasoning skills.
Isn't that her modus operandi?
Well, yeah, but when she's talking about fiction, it's like, okay, you can make up whatever story you want. When she's just combining reality, then it's like, it gets weird. She starts calling T.S. Eliot a Nazi. You're like, okay, you just don't like T.S. Eliot because he might know someone or did something. But this is life. This is like Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. Like, that's kind of, are you like a publicist for entertainment magazines now? Or like, what are you doing? So I'm a bit concerned. I might not like this video. I don't know. We'll find out.
Has Scientology gone against abortion rights? Because that seems to be where she's currently at in the culture war.
Oh, God.
No, that seems to be where she's planted her flag right now. Because all the other hills have completely been destroyed that she was willing to die on. And now she's planting a flag on abortion rights.
Really? Okay.
Well,
it's kind of scary what's happening in the States. Like every week, something crazy is going on for the past 2 months. And I don't know if that's because the markets have been crashing ever so slowly and they got to make new news for people to talk about while everyone else is losing their jobs or losing their money and their stock options or whatever. And it's just nuts. And yeah, we heard about Roe v. Wade, and that was a big thing in America. It's still a big thing. I don't see what the big deal is because it's still legal wherever you are. I don't know why that's a huge problem as it was written in the books. But I'm only a Canadian. I can't answer these questions. So,
and I'm English, so I don't care.
Yeah. It's like,
hey,
you want an abortion? Come to Quebec. There's plenty. There's so many.
Yeah, it's like, well, over here in the UK, with all the stuff that's going off, people are saying that by Christmas time there's going to be riots in the streets because of the inflation.
Already?
Yeah. So our government has said there will not be riots. We're just going to send £54 million over to Ukraine.
Wow.
So people are worried about paying their energy bills, and the government's just like, yeah, but Ukraine though.
The energy bill will break everyone's neck in most countries.
It's funny. Did you guys hear about some German chancellor coming to Canada to buy, was it hydrogen and our oil, I think? I can't remember what they were buying.
But his name is Olaf Scholz, and he's an idiot.
Oh, well.
I'm not following that. There's no point.
He's here for weeks and weeks, and I don't know what kind of deals he's making, but it's all kinds of fuel and all kinds of resources to make whatever.
But I thought fossils bad. I thought we do all green now because that makes us independent, as we can see.
Well, was it the Scottish government cut down 14 million trees, didn't they?
Yes, to build wind parks.
Yeah, build a wind farm. It's like so much for that green energy.
Yeah. There's you know these for football, these sticker albums that kids have. Yeah. I'm still trying to find a copy of the one I'm referencing. This was from the end of the 90s, 98 or 99. And like everybody gets interviewed, leaves like a statement there. And one of the players from Munich allegedly is quoted in there saying that all the greens need to hang before they have destroyed all the trees. The man was a prophet. I need to figure out who it was.
Okay. Well, and other energy-related news, Ontario is getting its first CANDU reactor that's, I can't remember what they call it, a grid scale sized. Like we have multiple Canadian CANDU nuclear reactors in all throughout the world, but we're getting this bigger one for whatever reason, for rising requirements in this province. So that's great. I'm glad some part of the world is doing the right thing and at least providing resources to people who want it, because we've been getting like weird power outs downtown. I don't know why, but it's been going on for the past 2 months, and it's like, yeah, people are building condos like crazy for the past 15 years. Time to get some more power down here. Aside from just having it pumped in through Quebec or Niagara Falls, so it's probably good to get our own source of energy. Anyway, that's boring talk. We don't talk about political issues on this channel. We discuss Maggie Mae Fish.
More exciting things like Maggie Mae Fish.
Yeah, well, she has more than enough politics for us to talk about, so we'll be just fine. Anyway, I haven't started this yet. I don't know what to expect, but it might turn out to be horrific or just plain boring. So let's get going. I think everyone's in the watch together. Our levels look good. Let's get going.
Welcome to another episode of Behind the Performance with your host, Stella Stanisberg, teacher to the stars of yesteryear, now in your very own living room.
Maggie, we already know your performance never ends.
She just smiles every time. Just do some acting, then smile. Do some acting, then smile.
I don't know. This face looks uncanny.
She looks uncanny. The face is one of 20 things I'm looking at here. Anyway.
This video is brought to you by adamandeve.com. Use my code FISH, that's FISH, and get 50% off one item, plus free shipping.
What the hell is adamandeve.com?
I don't want to know.
Hold on, let's have a gander here, shall we? adamandeve.com. Please don't be something sexual. Please don't be something sexual.
Oh, God. No. Oh, my. Well, there's more attractive women on that website than there are on our other screen, so that's at least something.
Oh, my God, no. Top categories, vibrators and sex toys.
Arguably, they have some nice models on there, so that's, I mean... Then again, we just came 2 seconds from watching a Maggie Mae Fish video, so I guess I could say anything is pretty darn attractive.
Oh my God. Adam and Eve empowers people to explore sex and their sexuality in a safe, inclusive, and welcoming environment. Notification for gay men is please wrap up due to monkeypox. Wonderful. At least they're, telling people, oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Oh, by the way, if you guys read the description, there's a minor strobe warning for chapter transition. So, Whisp, don't freak out on us. Okay?
What? On this video?
That's what Maggie put in her description. So,
okay.
Heads up.
Thank you.
Put on the shades or whatever you do. I have no clue how you protect yourself there.
What the fuck am I reading about this fucking Adam and Eve thing? Why am I still on this?
She didn't say anything what this was. Just here's our sponsor.
You're looking at Are you looking at a 7-car pileup?
I am literally on the website, and it is about vibrators, sex toys, and it's like, what? I'm like disgusted by this already.
Yeah, close the tab.
Anyway,
No,
she-
I'm deeper now. I've got 6 things in my fucking.
Just push Control
Basket.
W.
No, I'm already going to checkout. Oh my god!
Enjoy your new Dragon Dildo haul.
Okay,
What am I going to do with this stuff?
let's just go.
Oh my god! Who needs a 16-inch dildo? Oh my god! There's penis pumps for $12. Oh my god!
Oh god.
Okay, well, we're gonna.
Oh my god! They've got 4 different types of sex dolls. One's a granny sex doll.
Oh god.
Maggie, what are you selling us, honey? What's going on here?
That's only that's a laugh. That's only $26, and then the Hannah Harper life-size doll, which just looks like something. It's like a mannequin with tits. Is $304.
Oh.
I'm taking a screenshot of this.
You know, you got to get your sponsors wherever you can find them. And for Maggie's case, you know, it speaks for itself. You just.
Oh my god, this is great. This is wonderful. This is going in Streamlabs.
Well, we're going to keep going because this is just.
Don't let me stop you.
Okay.
Jesus.
What?
Is this labeled as adult content?
She didn't
If
say.
if she advertises for that kind of website?
Well, you'd have to if you put any kind of talk of adult themes or imagery. Like this is just .com. It could be anything. So she didn't say.
Oh my god! Why is the first thing for gay couples a 13-inch dildo in 2 different colours? Why is it the first thing? Why has it got 5-star reviews?
How tall are these women that they've got?
No, this is for gay men.
Oh, you're kidding! Holy shit!
I think the other guy needs somewhere to grab onto the thing.
Holy
Hey.
shit. Someone just put one of the reviews, 3 out of 5 stars, complaints, why is it so small?
Oh god.
Man. What the fuck?
Let's not think
Can we
about.
forget about this video and just do this?
Yeah, I
We're
think
learning things here that I never wanted to
the
learn.
lower intestine is only so long. Anyway, let's keep going.
Okay,
Speaking
sorry,
of
let me
the
come
US
off of
and
it. Yeah,
Canada,
hang on.
some exclusions apply. Well, hi there. If you've bought this VHS or picked it up by magical happenstance, then you've already taken your very first step into believing in your own future star magic. Tonight, I'll be pulling back the curtain
What?
and taking you behind one of Hollywood's greatest.
That looked like a man.
That was Maggie,
That looked like a man.
and she was playing herself. It's amazing.
I look less like a man than Maggie.
Oh, well, you got that right. That's
so
true.
strange.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just have a shitty voice. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's okay.
But Maggie, how is that possible?
Performances done by one of Hollywood's brightest stars, Nicole Kidman. And I should know,
What the hell?
I was the one who taught her cousin.
Which reminds me of
This looks like the man version of Ray Palpatine.
what was the character name of Jim Carrey when he played that fitness instructor in Living Color? I can't
Pass.
remember. Yeah.
Question. I can't remember, but I know what you're on about.
Yeah, it just got that sort of, I don't know.
I think his name was Jim Carrey, since that's the only type of character he plays.
Okay, I just like, okay, this is, and where is she sitting?
These are, I mean, okay,
Storage
there's
closet?
no muscle. There's no muscle on there, but these shoulders are so wide.
Why are you still wondering whether she's a man? We've already figured out she's a reptilian creature from Mars.
Does Maggie have a secret?
Anyway, don't worry, doesn't matter. Let's listen to the
I do.
substance of the video, not what she looks like. Let's keep going.
Briefly. Babe, did you know the VCR you bought has a tape in it? A keen student of the arts will recognize this film as the one about Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman's
Oh
marriage.
my god, stop.
Eyes wide shut.
Eyes wide shut.
No, not that one. The other one. The Others is a 2001 supernatural psychological horror film starring Nicole Kidman and directed by Alejandro Amenabar. It takes place in 1945 and is about a mother named Grace and her 2 children realizing they might not be alone in their own home.
What have you done with my daughter? Are you mad? I am your daughter.
This was an interesting time for the horror genre. This film seamlessly pulls together several different types of horror that came before it. There are elements of the iconic film The Innocents, one of my favorites, especially reflected in the strained relationship between Grace and her children. There's a nod to The Exterminating Angel in the way that it highlights the class divide between Grace and her servants and the family's out-of-touch isolation. And of course, The Sixth Sense, with its twist ending that provides a very concrete explanation for what was happening all along. The Other sits comfortably between these worlds, having a psychological, ethereal otherworldliness, but grounding it in a real time, place, and explanation for the ghosts haunting Grace and her children. You could watch this movie and feel like, technically, nothing is happening for most of the film. It's light on plot and heavy on an unstable woman running around her house locking and unlocking doors. But it's that simplicity which allows the audience to focus on Nicole Kidman's performance, which adds the layers of complexity, depth, and drive to an otherwise dreamlike story.
Wait. You're telling me a lady running around her house locking and unlocking doors is relatable? And understood? Because it brings out so much else in the story? All right. I mean, it's possible.
I've seen women open doors. It is a thing that happens.
Frantically? What's going on? I don't know. I'm just running around the house. It's like, okay.
I mean...
Like a maniac?
Well, women be women. I'm not going to start,
There's a ghost in the house, I swear. It's like, honey, just stop doing this every week. Please.
Yeah. But, I mean... Obviously, the twist with The Others is that she's actually the ghost. And, I mean, spoilers for a film that's really old because Christopher Eccleston looks like he cares about acting in it. So, it's like 20-odd years old now.
Yeah, it's these hard-to-remember films that have these, oh, you were a ghost all along, sort of reveals that just annoy me because you then call into question every single scene. And it forced you to watch the film over. It's like, if she was a ghost, she couldn't do that. If she was a ghost, she couldn't do that.
Also, what does Tom Cruise have to do with this movie?
Good question.
He went
Tyler Dunn.
No, but she went... but she went... This other Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman movie. And I'm like, but Tom Cruise isn't in this movie.
It's a Maggie video. It will make an attempt to make sense.
I'm just waiting for my the Trump reference, and I'll be good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
The character grounds a world that doesn't always make sense because we can connect to her emotional responses. This world that the director created for us.
I can connect with one being hit in the face by a door.
This doesn't make too much sense, but her emotional responses make a lot of sense to me. It's like, what?
Yeah, I connect with the fact that when I get hit in the face with a door, I fall over.
When she gets hit in the head, it's like so believable. It's like, okay. Wait, she's a ghost. That doesn't make any sense. How does the physical door hit a non-physical object? I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Oh I don't. See, now that we know this spoiler, we're like, none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
So these are why I hate these sorts of stories where, oh, it was all a dream. She was a ghost all along. It's like,
but the problem is it goes, when you first watch it through, you don't realize all these mistakes. Then the film wants you to rewatch it, knowing what you know, and then the film falls apart. Right. Like, was it Memento or something? Is that one where he forgets everything?
Yeah, the thing is, if this was done in a very stylistic way, like a film grain, sort of sepia tone, maybe like a black and white sort of thing, then you can go, oh, they're doing this cool effect because they want that oldie 1940s, like authentic sort of movie vibe. And then you realize, oh, wait, she's a ghost. So this is all some sort of weird dream thing. You don't have to worry about optics or her casting a shadow or her opening doors or all the other stuff that a non-ghost would do, because you didn't think about it that way. So
also, because people keep mentioning about the sixth sense, that doesn't make sense once you realize the twist.
yeah, like he's walking downstairs, he's not necessarily touching doors, but he's like opening objects that have doors in them. So I don't know what you call those, like gates. Like there's stuff where he interacts with the physical world that you're like, okay,
yeah,
doesn't make sense. Some of the conversations make sense because it's as if they're talking like to themselves, I guess. It's like, is everyone talking to themselves? So
yeah, that's the weird thing. It's like he'll be in a room with someone, they'll be talking, but the conversation is like directed at him, but he's a ghost. So how does that make sense?
right. So it's like his ex-wife at the dinner table.
Oh yeah, that dinner table, that makes no sense. Why don't she just sat at a dinner table on her own?
And she's talking to herself. You're like, what? How does that?
Yeah.
It's weird. So when you watch it the second time, you're like, this doesn't make any sense. Him walking down the stairs, you hear the squeaks. You're like, okay. That could be ghost-like behavior, but it still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's those little things that drive me nuts. But fine. I don't take it seriously. That was arguably the only good movie that M. Shyamalan made.
M. Shyamalan has never made.
Can't remember pronounce his name for the life of me. Yeah. So here we go.
May not always feel real, but Grace feels like a real person responding to it. Any ambiguity in the others is clarified through her sharp, razor-like...
So yeah, picking up objects, reading, like all this stuff is completely unbelievable.
emotion. Acting theory compels us to find specificity. Specificity of action, of emotion, of movement, of thought. In real life, most of our...
You know what she said about emotion and movement and art? Nicole Kidman has literally only two faces in this entire movie. Waking up and then being incredibly shocked.
She does have a nice voice. She knows how to act, but it's kind of like she's touching so many objects. She's walking around. She's interacting with her children. It's like, what's going on? She's a ghost.
Also, why has she got a shotgun for ghosts? I mean, what's that going to do? I mean, obviously she's a woman. She wouldn't understand, but you're not going to do much with a shotgun. Jesus Christ.
Unconscious responses are just specific responses to very specific stimuli. Like saying, ow, if you're a vampire and accidentally pick up some garlic. And as performers, we're trained to recreate those spontaneous responses to create meaning for you, the viewer. Like the dramatic tension that you'll feel when you realize, oh man, that vampire better be careful at that Italian potluck. The specificity of Kidman's performance is...
Side note, there's not that much garlic in Italian cooking, but, what do I know?
You're only part Ukrainian.
Yeah, I'm only partially part Ukrainian. The rest is some Canadian version of Italian.
There's a lot of garlic in my cooking.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of garlic in my cooking, but I do use raw garlic a lot, just in small amounts.
Breathtaking.
That is enough.
She seems to be painting a picture of someone who is always carrying the weight and fate of the world on her shoulders. Someone who must strictly control their surroundings and family. And when I watch Nicole Kidman's performance in this film, I can't help but think specifically about Tom Cruise.
What? Why?
Grace is a religious zealot whose paranoia about the outside world slowly builds to a point where it takes control of every aspect of their lives. She makes her children study the Bible and has them memorize lines of religious doctrine as punishment. She emphasizes devotion and faith even when confronted with clear contradictions.
She says that all this stuff about ghosts is rubbish. And then she expects us to believe everything written in the Bible.
She futilely attempts to have control over the world around her. Her obsessive locking and unlocking doors borders on superstition.
No door must be opened without the previous one being closed first. There are 15 different keys for all of the 50 doors, depending on which area of the house you're in at the time.
Her fear of saving them from hell is used to justify her cruelness towards them.
This house is like a ship. The light must be contained as if it were water by opening and closing the doors. My children's lives are at stake.
Oh yeah, supposedly in this movie, her kids have got this really weird skin disease or something.
Oh, that makes a bit more sense. Okay.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. I think the kids are dead as well.
Oh.
The whole family's dead. It's why her husband comes back, because he gets killed in the war, so he comes back there as a ghost. They're all ghosts.
Oh. Okay.
And the old woman who she's talking to is actually what do we call them? A medium.
Oh. All right. Interesting.
Honestly, the ending is literally like a seance where people are holding hands, and she starts screaming at them to like respond, and the supposed ghosts are actually people in the present day who live in the house.
Ah.
So it's a terrible, terrible movie. And also, I just remembered that Nicole Kidman cannot do an English accent to save her life.
She's doing something. It's like a high pitched.
She's doing a very posh Australian accent.
Oh, all right.
It's not an English accent. It's what Australians think English people talk like. Oh, what ho! I'll put another shrimp on that barbecue. You know. But yeah, it's the movie's really rubbish.
I did remember the old woman. She's an actress who played Data's mom, the android version. Yeah. Her face looks very familiar. I'm like, that looks pretty close to the 90s. So same actress. Don't know her name though.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, the whole thing is like she wants everything closed because her kids have got this skin disease or something.
Yeah.
And it turns out they're all just ghosts, and she actually murdered her kids and killed herself.
Oh my god.
I think that's what it is. I mean, man, it's so long since I watched it, but that's the gist of it. I remember my mum watched it, and she spent an hour moaning to me about it.
Oh my god.
And I went, Mum, I can't control what movies do. She went, but you do your things. I'm like, I go and do a podcast. I can't control what movies do.
Yeah, there's a lot of films out there by actors and actresses that are well known, and we totally have no idea. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Never saw any advertising. No one talked about it.
Mm.
That's even these days with streaming, and everyone should know about everything. But no, we don't. No idea. Okay.
Nope.
Orders her servants around and holds them to an inhuman standard. She claims that her children are photosensitive and the blinds must be closed at all times, but it seems more about control than care.
I already told you the children are photosensitive. The light will kill them.
And of course, part of the pain at the center of Grace's life stems from the breakdown of her marriage. And in real life, Cruz and Kidman would file for divorce just 2 months after the film's premiere, making this, not that other one, the last film that Kidman and Cruz would make together.
Oh, what?
That's not how acting works.
Executive producer?
Executive producer is they're a joke in Futurama where they went executive like a producer or something. Because we just put executive in front of people so it makes them think that they've got a job.
Huh.
And yeah, really?
Is her right shoulder longer than her left shoulder?
Oh, it's probably the same set of length as a penis. I don't know. I don't know anything about Maggie's lengths and girths. All I know is that there's some weird freak out there who thinks a 13-inch dildo is too small, and that frightens me.
Well, why do you think someone like Maggie would go and get a sponsor from Adam and Eve?
Something like that.
She has to actually try and experience the product before she endorses it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either that or she plays Raid Shadow Legends and tells no one. So I don't know.
Why would you get a sex site to advertise you on YouTube? Why?
I don't know.
No offense. No one who watches Maggie Mae Fish legitimately has got a sex life to use any of this stuff with.
I think that's why they need the toys. So it's like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, actually, it makes sense now.
Now that you watch a Maggie Mae Fish video, you're devoid of sexual interest of everything in life, and then you go, oh wait, I'm a human. That's right.
Yeah, man, I've really picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
Oh, you poor sap. Oh, jeez. I think I bought 2 new cases of Tuborg. Oh boy.
I might have to restart again.
Okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
I mean, yeah, you can draw from real life, but you can also draw from imagination, sensory work. A lot of the times it's all those 3 things at once. Attributing her entire performance to some guy seems kind of reductive, don't you think?
Hey, little Miss Bangs. I'm the expert here. Kay, which one of us ran into Topher Grace twice in 1 week and made awkward eye contact, once at a Staples and once in the cereal aisle at Ralph's? Huh?
Me. That literally happened to me.
No.
What is this?
Listen.
It's called a joke.
I'm not sure what the joke is, though.
Can we watch Max Headroom instead?
This is pretty much Max Headroom minus the funny. So.
Could we just listen to me review Adam and Eve products?
No. Oh no.
Just
Anyway,
post them.
here's one.
Oh god.
My first anal kit
Oh
reviews.
God, please stop.
What?
This is a 2-star out of 5. Go on, we can listen to this one. Wasn't very good. Couldn't reach the plug socket. So.
All right, oh god. Let's keep going.
Acting isn't about truth. It isn't about creating humanity from the words on a page. It's about enacting petty revenge on the people around you that you just can't stand for some unexamined reason. Like for me, it's other women.
Who's your favorite actor?
Oh my God, Jared Leto.
Okay.
No, wait! Maybe
Who's
looking at the
kicking
themes
around?
of the film will help you change
The
your
themes.
mind. Change your mind.
Smut, have you been clicking
Your
around?
mind.
Not gonna do that.
Have I been clicking around? No.
No?
No, same.
Then my watch together is broken because it's been zooming back and forth.
We're at 6:30, so
Yeah. Okay.
all right.
We mean zooming back and forth. Yeah, we go between 2 Maggies, yeah.
No. I had several repeats. It was even more brain melting,
Oh.
and there's not much left.
Whew. All right. Well, this is getting weird. So let's
Uh-huh.
see where we're going next.
We're almost halfway through.
I know. It's like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
And not only have we not got to the point.
Good point. I
That's
don't think
it.
this has a point. This has it. The title doesn't have a point.
Oh, maybe Tom Cruise gave some money to produce the movie. I don't know. We have no idea. Anyway.
Yeah. That's usually all it is.
Yeah, producers make some investment, and the directors figure out what to do with it, and
Yeah.
shoot the film.
That's it.
A
shoot all
movie
the
about a
actors,
person who
really.
believes their religion can literally control matter around them to the point that it destroys relationships with their family and friends. Now, what does that remind me of? Oh yeah, that.
This house
The Democrat. Are you actually joking? She's gonna make this house is like a ship. Ron Hubbard had a ship. Oh my god! I can imagine Captain Kirk being involved in this. He had a ship.
Yeah, we're gonna next see William Shatner talk about advocating for Esperanto in the desert.
Hey, it's like you could talk about Joe Biden. He had loads of boats. Oh, they were votes. Sorry, forget what I said. It's all right.
Oh boy, America! What are you gonna do?
This house is like a ship. Oh,
Here's a image of a ship with a guy on it who is a segue into our next topic.
like Scientology, because
Yeah, good question. Anyway,
Mhm.
ship.
This house is like a ship.
For very obvious reasons, Kidman hasn't said much about her time as a Scientologist. Kidman was raised Catholic.
Because you're not meant to talk about your time as a Scientologist. What? It's a secretive... You're not meant to talk about it. First rule of Scientology Club, you don't talk about Scientology.
Yeah, well, whatever you want to do in America, you're free to express your beliefs, and that's totally cool. I think that's a nice thing. But we see what it's done to some people. We see the cult-like behavior, the secrecy, the not the money laundering per se, but just the way that they treat some people as if they're like monks in a convent or nuns in a convent, whatever the phrase is. They don't live off anything. And all for the sake of whatever the activities the religion requires, which is basically to get more converts. So, yay! I don't know. If people are happy and they live a humble life, I guess that's okay. But that's whatever they want to do with their time. So, I don't care.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But after she and Cruz got married, she dove in headfirst as he was becoming more and more dedicated. She reached the OT2 level in the span of 2 years, meaning that she was full-time auditing and Scientologisting for 2 years straight. She did it very fast, and it must have cost her a lot of money. The OT levels of Scientology are supposed to help you reach your highest potential, in which you're a literal god and have total control over the matter, energy, space, and time around you. But eventually, this became a wedge between them. Kidman's father is a prominent psychologist in Australia, and Scientology is famously antagonistic towards psychology and psychiatry. It's very likely that they were going to make her choose between her dad or their club. And as a dad's girl, how dare you?
Yeah.
Kidman eventually pulled Cruz away from the church for a while they were filming Eyes Wide Shut. But the church, heavy air quotes, really felt the absence of their star boy and worked to convince Cruz to break off the marriage using several intimidating tactics. In the 2015 HBO documentary Going Clear, Marty Rathbun alleges that he was personally assigned to assist the breakup of Kidman and Cruz.
Oh, hell.
I was assigned to get him back in, and I was to facilitate the breakup with Nicole Kidman. And I was also involved in the legal team and actually hiring investigators to investigate Nicole.
They tapped her phone. Cruz's personal assistant was even giving daily reports back to the church. They pried into every aspect of her life, like an ever-present ghostly figure trying to rip her family apart.
The church then turned its attention to their adopted children, to turn them against their mother, and make sure that the custody went to Tom.
Cruz was eventually convinced and filed for divorce in 2001. What makes Kidman's performance so brilliant isn't that she's playing Tom Cruise. It's that she's playing someone you know. She brings her whole humanity to the character, and like most people, Kidman has been through some shit.
I don't think I can relate to Ghost Mom from the 1940s. Sorry. Do you know?
I can't relate to Dead Woman.
Maybe a distant ancestor of mine that I heard stories about that lived very strangely in a giant mansion. I guess. I don't know.
It's like weird woman in a mansion shoot shotgun. That like resonates with you, Hawk, doesn't it? It's like, no, like my family members are really poor. In fact, the only cool member of my family was my great granddad who had a claw for a hand. So that was it. Has Tom Cruise done that movie?
She is trying to connect the character from a film to the real life events of Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. It's not working.
Yeah.
I wish it were, because I can't follow this.
A movie about ghosts is about Scientology.
I don't know how that works. All right.
Your divorce from Tom Cruise in 2001, you did have an amazingly creative streak. You know, you did Moulin Rouge, The Hours, and the others all sort of right after that period. Do you think that difficult time unleashed a lot of creativity in you?
to be completely honest, I was running from my life at that time. I wasn't able to handle the reality of my life. And as an actor, you have this wonderful thing where you can go and get lost in somebody else's life and become somebody else for a period of time. And when I look back on it, I really see that. Out of that came work that sort of was applauded.
Really,
and so that was an interesting...
Is that really that much? Like you shoot a film and it's like a couple of weeks shooting some scenes in dress up?
Yeah.
This sounds a bit overblown, if you ask me.
It's interesting to argue that you are jumping into roles to alleviate the stresses and anxieties of reality. You would think a professional wouldn't care because they've got, training to know when to turn it on and off. So I guess this is okay as a form of therapy. Like you just lose yourself in your work. That's fair. Doesn't matter what the work is, but to argue, well, you're an actor. It's like...
It sounds more like escapism.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, so did she have any hand in writing the scripts for these movies?
I hope not.
Because as an actor, I'm just going to say this, but in regards to making the movies, you just act out what people have written.
Right.
So someone else creates the movie, you just act out the words that they want you to act out.
Yeah.
You
do as directed.
Right. You do have some questions that I don't know if this is the right feeling, or maybe I'm saying this too quickly, and the director will put you on the right track, or maybe you could have your own comments and the director can go back to the writers and they could change things. But that's very rare because that costs time and money to analyze. Oh, how do we reshoot this? How long is the scene going to be now? How does that work in post? Like all these other scenes. So you do have some creative control, but not a lot. It's kind of ancillary to everyone else involved.
And even then, she's acting movies, not series. I could understand this more about saying this about a character in a long-running series with several seasons.
Oh yeah, that depends.
Even there, these you have, like, wherever you look at it.
Yeah, with a series like
Stargate, Star Trek, Farscape, with like you have low makeup, you have very intense makeup, and very distinct characters. But the actors none of them talk like this. Yeah, the sitcoms, you are the actor. They can't really easily replace you. If you have some input, they'll take it into account, but you're on a deadline in a sitcom. With the movie, it's already planned out. You've got like 10, 20, 50 takes you can do, and then the director will go, okay, I like number 37. Let's just go with that. And they just do the same thing for every scene. So there's a lot more money and time and planning involved for a movie where, yeah, you have more freedom, but it still comes down to the director doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing because I was like, so I then sort of embraced my own life and I got myself together, and it took me a number of years. And during that time, I worked a lot. The work was a great place for me to exist. And then that culminated in winning an Oscar. And that caused an epiphany, which was, this is not the answer. This is actually holding this gold statue and I was sitting in the Beverly Hills Hotel, and it was all extraordinary, and I was the loneliest I'd ever been. And that was a very strange thing to have happen, and it was a fantastic thing to have happen because I was jolted out of this I suppose need or desire to say, well, this is going to heal me, and it didn't. And then I went, I need to really hone in on what I want as a woman and for my life, and I'm in an incredibly fortunate, blessed place.
She single-handedly creates the stakes of the film by acting believable in an unbelievable situation. Obviously, Scientology is not the only thing The Others is about.
We went from her giving us.
It's not about Scientology. The Others is not about fucking Scientology. It is a pretty standard horror story with a ridiculous twist at the end.
She sees things again where they're on.
Never once have I ever watched the others and gone, this is Scientology. That's never crossed my mind.
Well,
this is like
the narrative of Maggie's video in 5 seconds went from an interview about what she did in a span of, 4 years to a summary of the movie in 2 seconds, and then Scientology, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what? Who?
Also, can I just say something as well? You know that interview? Did it sound like Nicole Kidman said a whole lot of nothing there?
Yeah, because the question was, what happened to you when Tom Cruise divorced you in 2001 and you were so creative? Like, what was that the cause of it? It's like, no. I was just didn't know anything about myself, so I just kept working, and then I had a nervous breakdown.
And I went, this is not this is where I have to be, like, with not really being. I'm like, well, you actually, what are you, why do people talk like that when they're asked a question? Why don't we just keep talking and talking and talking and talking?
Well, why do women talk like that? Why do
women talk
Why do women answer questions in that way? Or just talk in that way in general?
Why can't women just say, yeah, I got very creative? They go on this whole tirade about what they are as a woman. And I'm just like, I don't care about that part.
What was the temperature in 2001 when you got off the set of The Others on your last day of filming? Last day of filming, I had a big cheese sandwich because that was on the catering. And then I pet a dog, and it's like, wait, what? No.
I was stood there with my big Golden Globe. It's like, yeah. And like, I was like thinking to myself, I'm the loneliest I'll ever be. I'm like, yeah, okay. And it's not really where I wanted to be. And I needed that jolt to like tell me that I need to be somewhere. Yeah, okay. We're just asking you, why did you get so creative after you split up from Tom Cruise? We don't have to listen about your fucking sad life.
I'm swimming in my pile of money. I'm so lonely. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I won an Oscar, and it's the loneliest I've ever been. Yeah, okay.
I'm supremely talented and rich and famous, and I'm so lonely. Help me.
I'm so lonely with these parents that love me, and I'm literally a little daddy's girl.
My dad's a psychologist. If I ever have problems, I can go to him for issues. It's
yeah.
Like, okay. Oh, okay. Anyway. Yeah.
We're almost there. We're almost there, guys.
Wonderful story.
Religion as a way to control others and cope with pain are themes throughout the film, but those are themes that could be applied just as easily to a strict Catholic upbringing.
What?
I should know. Director Alejandro Amenabar, of course, brought his own experience to the table, and that's filmmaking at its best, incorporating the creative eye of everyone working on it. But it's Kidman's performance that creates the stakes by taking a larger-than-life character and filling them with so much grounded emotion. We come to better understand someone who, from the outside, might seem completely unrelatable.
Okay, so being emotional as an actor does not make stakes in a story. Stakes are what is the thing that you have to do before something else occurs. So you're preventing something from happening, or you need to go get something so that something else could happen, like the marriage of Buttercup and the Princess Bride. We have to stop the marriage so she could go off with Wesley, and then all the other subplots. So what is the cause? What is the reasoning? What's the fuel behind everything? Nicole being emotional or dramatic is not, I mean, you could watch it for that, but that's not the point.
To be honest with you, you'll find the closing and opening of doors funny for the first 5 minutes, but it's the whole movie. It's not even like exaggerating. She's literally just, all she does is run around and like with these like wide bug eyes that she's got, and yeah, it's just I hate this movie. It really is. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's such a nothing movie, and I'm surprised she's now gone to Scientology. It's like I would never have thought this. This is just crazy.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway.
I love this moment when we cut to Grace sobbing in the hallway where her kids can't hear her. Every mom's done that once or twice while trying to put together a Fisher-Price kitchen on Christmas Eve and the clock just struck 3 a.m. The scene with her husband who's been away at war is gut-wrenching. After watching her tightly control the environment around her, she finally gets a moment to be vulnerable and shows us how she really feels about her marriage falling apart.
I loved you. That was enough for me. Living in this darkness.
In the end, don't...
Oh, by the way, the reason why he's acting like that is he's literally just been shot to death and he doesn't know why he's there because he's realised he's the fucking ghost. Also, she killed her kids. I'm pretty sure she killed her kids.
Oh, dear.
That's why he doesn't love her. I'm checking this up because if I'm wrong, people go, "Oh, you're always wrong." But I'm going to check this up because I'm sure she.
I like the sentence on the screen. While plot-wise, things are tied up pretty neatly. Yeah, when everyone's dead, there is no more plot. The plot's done. So everyone dies. The end. Wow, it tied up nice and neatly.
Let's have a look here because I'm just so fucking skip forward.
Like, just imagine doing a book report or a review or analysis of the film. It'd be like, yeah, everyone dies or everyone was dead.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing: a medium at the séance finds that Grace smothered her children to death with a pillow in a fit of despair before committing suicide.
Jesus. Good acting, fantastic. She's so emotive. She has good skills in the female emotion department and the acting.
I really connect with this child killing murderer. You go, Maggie. Yeah, you.
It's so dramatic.
Every mom's done it at 3 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve. They've gone up and smothered their kids with pillows.
With the Fisher-Price pillows or whatever the hell it was.
Why is it that Maggie can always empathize and sympathize and connect with the fucking worst of the worst? It's like she's looked at the others, found out that the mum's a murderer, and gone, "You go, girl."
Yeah, I mean, there are stories of ghosts in operas, operettas, Shakespeare. It's pretty common, but not everyone's a ghost. And oh, you didn't know that? We didn't tell you. By the way, it's one big seance. You're like, oh, that would piss me off if I was told that at the end of the film or the last 10 minutes. I'd be like, what? This isn't real? None of this happened? That would annoy me. I hate it when they pull the rug from underneath me and you have to second guess everything you just saw. So that's not a good feeling. And these films like this piss me off. There's a few films like that. Memento is one of them. It was entertaining, but there's the last 10 minutes just like, oh, God. It drives you nuts. And as much as I like Fight Club, the same thing. Because you're questioning everything every time there's Tyler on the screen. You're like, oh, okay. What's going on here? How does this work? So those kinds of twists just... I mean, if it was a book, it would work. Because you're not seeing things that the writer can describe things without going into detail. And you think, oh, it's just a style choice. And if they don't do that in the film to cover up the fact that this person isn't real, is non-corporeal, then it's like, okay, it's all style. It's a fancy schmancy sort of director. He's doing things. He's pretentious, whatever. I can go with that. It's fine if it works.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get that.
I've also read Further Along in the movie, and obviously they Grace frightens the new occupants out of the house.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so at the end, the old woman is saying that other people will come to the house and they'll have to learn to coexist. But then Grace ominously states that the house is theirs, and it's like, right, so she becomes a villain.
Oh,
pretty much.
That does not.
So yeah, I can see why Maggie supports this woman.
Yeah, that does not tie up the plot. That sort of leaves it open. It's like, oh.
That just means it's going to happen all over again, but this time Grace is like an evil woman who's going to take the house for herself.
Because she's a ghost.
Yeah.
All right.
So how does this tie into Scientology?
Religion is bad? I don't know. That's what they're going to say. She's going to say something like that. If anything, the topic is religion. She's going to tie it into... She already talked about Catholicism, so... Yeah, she's going to say they're all bad and blah, blah, blah.
Unless Scientologists smother their kids,
Oh boy.
Mm.
All right.
Where it won't spoil it. While plot-wise, things are tied up pretty neatly, the characters themselves are left with a mix of relief, horror, dread, catharsis, and no one more so than Grace. Complicated male characters.
Relief, horror, dread, and catharsis. Okay, that's...
Is that the catharsis of killing her kids, Maggie?
I don't know how you feel horror and catharsis.
Also, she's a ghost. She feels nothing. She's dead. She ceased to be. She's an ex-woman.
I have come to my revelation. I am filled with horror and dread. Like, what? I've expunged all this negative emotion. I am filled with horror and dread. Like, what?
I feel horror and dread since I am dead. Also, she literally states that she's going to scare away the next people who buy the house.
I don't think Maggie knows what these emotions even are.
I don't think she knows what the words mean, because you say catharsis, there's a very specific verb, what that means.
Yeah.
So you've already expunged yourself, but then you also feel all these other emotions. Like, no.
Oh, Tyler Preston in the chat said, let's see if Maggie's a fan of Amber Heard. She is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Maggie is a fan of Amber Heard, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
Well, she is. She likes all the
I saw it at the height of... Because I'm still... Well, I was blocked on my previous Twitter profile. Not on this one. Be sneaky. But I've seen her because she was going like, if Johnny Depp wins this, it's a bad day for women and everything like that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Fun how evidence wins the day in a court case for civil trials.
Yeah. The thing is, though, Maggie is completely loony. There's no questions about it. Like, if this was like the 1800s, she'd be electrocuted straight away in some sort of madhouse.
Now she's talking about the Daddies. I don't know if you guys remember. I think Daddies was the first video we watched that Dunn recommended.
Yeah.
Of Maggie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
I remember that one.
She's bringing it all back to her belief that there's all these daddy figures in movies. You're like, sure. I guess the destroyer of half the known universe or galaxy is a daddy figure, technically. Yeah, I guess he is.
Well, he has a daughter, so
yeah.
He has two daughters, actually.
All right. I mean, she's not wrong, but it's her weird version of a daddy, which I forgot what her slant was because it was so weird.
I don't even think it involves. I don't know. I can't. I forget. We do a Maggie video. I completely forget it.
I know. Morning. I do recall though there was a good video daddy and a bad video daddy. I don't know.
Yeah.
What that was about, but that's Maggie for you. She will invent words and add to them and have her own little rant and make a video about it. So good for her. Anyway, more than halfway done. Let's keep going.
Or as I like to call them, daddies, tend to receive some sort of redemption
What?
at the end of their stories, or a way for us to excuse.
Why have you put Tyler Durden in this? What?
How is he a daddy?
I don't care. Move. Let's go. We're nearly finished. 5 minutes.
Stop talking.
Seen them do. Kidman's mommy, however, isn't given that same benefit of the doubt. It's an unflinching portrayal of someone who has done harm and will continue to do so. Whereas these types of...
So Tyler Durden didn't do any harm? He was a nice guy?
Tyler Durden got his comeuppance, quotation marks.
He didn't blow up several buildings. He didn't cease to exist at the end of the film. I don't know, Maggie. Seems like everything worked out for him as opposed to this character in this story where she haunts a house still.
Mm-hmm.
Little different ending there.
Yeah.
So guys, I think I need to head out. I don't have the right headspace for this, and I can't help with your topic anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no topic here. This is just rambling of craziness.
So I can't even concentrate on any of this.
All right. Talk to you later.
So, yeah. I think I did too much intensive writing today. Like my brain is mush.
Okay. Well, take it easy. I'll talk to you later.
Have fun, everyone.
All right. See you later.
See you. All right.
Come on, the A team.
Yay. I'm trying to understand how No Country for Old Men was a daddy figure when he brutally murdered.
I don't.
Yes.
Well, brutally murdering people. Nicole Kidman brutally murdered their kids, so...
Yeah, I guess mommies and daddies, they just kill people. It's like, all right, that's fair enough. It's all
it really annoys me because, like, I've got a little girl coming soon, and I think I wouldn't do anything like that, but Maggie seems to think that parents do that when she doesn't have kids herself.
Well, she first coined, at least in this video, Thanos as a daddy who kills half the galaxy or whatever. So you're like, oh, that's the bar? Murder? Okay.
But you know what I mean? It always annoys me because somebody who doesn't have kids and has no intentions of ever having kids, thank fucking God, makes all these weird things about mums and dads. And it's like, right, this is really weird. It's not like... do you know what I mean?
That is one strange observation of Maggie Mae that maybe she will. I think she's married. I don't know, but maybe she will have a family or something in the future. But now it's a bit sort of strange that she's using the term "daddy" in a very specific way that she invented a few years ago, and all these figures are murderers. It's like Darth Vader.
That's same woman.
Yeah.
With this woman who's a murderer.
Right. I mean, that's a really weird pattern to observe, and not to use an adjective like a killing daddy or a killing mommy or a planning or a strategic serial murderer or something like that. Like something that you could get more detail out of just calling them daddies, because she has the two daddy videos, the good ones and the bad ones, which... I mean, if I made 2 videos years ago about a specific term I invented and then bringing it back, I would use the same terms. I've just go to those videos. Look, they're described there. Why wouldn't you start using the base term? That would not make sense. So it's like reading about something in psychology and using the abbreviated form when you know there's like 4 different full forms of the term. It's like that's not that's not professional. You don't do that. Anyway.
Yeah, I just hate all Maggie Mae Fish videos.
This one is surprisingly tame. It's just,
but it's still crazy.
Yeah, there's not much to take apart. Just again, that 5 seconds where she just had the interview, where she just ended it, and then mentioned the film, and then boom, Scientology, and you're like, what? Where did your brain? How did your brain go that far, that fast?
This is a bad week to stop sniffing glue, you know.
Next, you're going to tell me it's the last week to stop eating carbohydrates. You're like, wow, what are you doing? In a health?
I picked the wrong week to stop taking crystal meth.
Yeah. The Maggie Mae Fish is like, where's my drugs? Okay. Okay, we are at 13 minutes. 4 left, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
unless she's gonna have a 2-minute sell of AdamandEve.com, that'll be funny. I got this giant dildo from AdamandEve.com for $59.95. Okay, Maggie.
Dear Lord, if there is a God in heaven, please let her have a massive advert for AdamandEve.com. Please. Hey, it's your boy Hawk. I know we don't talk much. But please, Lord, let there be a big advert.
Oh, Maggie, what have you done? Oh, anyway.
Oh dear.
Back to the video.
Daddies are often complicated by the expectation that they deserve forgiveness, understanding, and maybe they were a little bit right all along. Kidman complicates her character by showing us her humanity and the natural contradictions that come along with it. I wish I could pat her on the back and say, don't worry, Nicole. While you're filming this brilliant little film, your soon-to-be ex is working on Vanilla Sky, a remake to an original film directed by none other than Alejandro Amenabar himself, but stripped of all its personality and emotional depth to make a is this reality type thriller that was all the rage. He plays a similar character to Grace, but he's a guy, so don't worry, none of that was his fault, and something tells me you'll forgive him in the end anyways. You'll remember Vanilla Sky if you've ever taken an acting class and were forced to play this proto-manic pixie dream girl character.
What's your nickname?
Citizen Dildo.
And while, to me, the others only becomes better with time.
Does Cruz play a pixie whatever person? I don't know.
No, I think she's talking about. What's her name?
Oh, the actress in Vanilla Sky.
Yeah. What's her name?
Yeah, but why is she talking about that character? I thought we were talking about the main characters here.
I don't.
What?
Pass. Next question.
What's going on, Maggie?
200.
What happened, Maggie? You lost your train of thought already.
How can you put... Also, the others, once you start rewatching it, you realise it's a terrible movie, right? Because it doesn't make sense. Right? Vanilla Sky is nothing like the others.
Was she comparing the female role in Vanilla Sky to Nicole Kidman in the others?
I thought she was comparing Tom Cruise's character to Nicole Kidman's, but then she got lost because a woman appeared on screen, and Maggie can't not talk about a woman.
And she's only bringing this up because the producer-director person was the same as the others.
Yeah. We're bringing this up with 4 minutes left of the video.
I don't see how this is relevant. They're completely different films, completely different characters. The fact that they used to be married makes no difference. I don't see how that's relevant.
It's like it's almost like saying Laura Croft Tomb Raider is the same as Bad Santa because Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie were married. It's like, what?
Okay, yeah.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like this is almost like the same narrative. It's like, look, they divorced and look at the movies they're making. It's like, right? Okay.
Yes, famous people who are actors make films, and then sometimes they fall in love and get married, and sometimes they get divorced, and this is relevant and connected. How?
Because Scientology.
I don't even know. Like she could be talking about I don't know, Cruz's eating habits. Oh, as soon as they got divorced, he stopped eating meat. You're like, oh.
What's smart? There's a boat.
Yeah, what was that about? the house is like a ship that is sailing. And then there's Ron Hubbard on a boat. Like, what?
I assume, is it like L. Ron Hubbard had a ship? Did he? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care.
Hang on. Did L. Ron Hubbard have a boat?
He probably owned a yacht with all his money. Yeah, who knows? Like, what other connection can we make? Well, you know, Tom Cruise played a fighter pilot in a plane, which is like a ship, it is a ship. Oh God.
I don't know. He's Sea Org is an organization created by L. Ron Hubbard in 1967.
Oh, that's good. That's close enough. There's boats involved at the sea. So.
Yeah, it's not.
Well,
I don't really know. There's a few boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a few boats.
Yeah, I'm sure he owned a few boats in his time with all that money. So good for him.
It looks like one of the Norwegian cruises that Dunn owns.
Yeah. Knowing Maggie, if she did any more research on Ron, she probably would have made even more dumb connections that we just sat there and go, what are you getting at? What are you trying to say? Like you have a brain that functions and can see patterns and connect them. That's great, Maggie.
But you see such weird patterns that don't make sense. I mean, who connects Hobby Lobby with ancient Iraqi artifacts?
Or Kirk Cameron with James T. Kirk. The stupid. Well, the names are the same. It's like one's a fictional character, Maggie.
Well, here's the thing, Smud. Hobby Lobby, ancient Iraqi artifacts, and Kirk Cameron and Captain Kirk were all in the same video. She made that entire connection, loop through, sprinkled a little bit of Trump and abortion rights into it, mix it all together, and there you go. It's a Maggie Mae Fish cake. And you're just like, this is terrible. This will kill everybody.
I could probably spend, as I said before, I was trying to do a video. I was like, no, this is going to drive me nuts if I make a video about Maggie Mae. Like, I could spend hours just on one of her shots or one of her videos. Just how insane her train of thought is. And we don't know if she's acting or being serious or she's just... we don't know if she's like doing it for money. Like, we don't know what she actually thinks because it's so crazy.
It's like I pray to whatever bearded bloke in the sky there may be that she's acting, because if this is real, this woman has so many fucking issues, and the fact that she's got so many fans, putting quotation marks around this, fans is just really scary.
Right. All right.
People watch these videos and think that they're educational.
All right, we got 3 minutes left. I'm hoping for at least a minute or 30 seconds of, I don't know, patron supporter stuff or whatever she does at the end of her videos. Because this is going... We have gone nowhere. Like this video, like she hasn't made a point. She hasn't really analyzed anything to any degree that's, aside from revealing the twist. You're like, that's not teaching us anything.
She didn't reveal the twist, though. I did.
Oh, yeah.
She's just saying, well, Nicole Kidman opened and closed a lot of doors. It's like, yeah. Don't you relate to that? Well, yeah, I opened doors in my life, yeah.
If I'm a manic woman running around a mansion, maybe. I can imagine that.
It's like, yes, I too have smothered children, Maggie. Yes, I do, yeah.
I had too been a raving lunatic. Yeah, okay.
I too have lost my marbles. Many occasion.
In 1940s, yeah. Okay. As trying to be a British woman, you're like, well, maybe not. Maybe not that specific a dream, but yeah. Anyway.
Oh dear.
Almost done. This went pretty quickly for a 17-minute video. It's been an hour and 13 minutes. Amazing. Okay.
Wow.
Let's go.
I cannot say the same for Cruz's character here.
I'll tell you in another life when we are both cats. Cats! Cats!
Vanilla Sky asked the question, what if a super hot rich guy got ugly for a minute? And what if the worst day of his life is when his friend kills herself? Not because he's devastated or misses her, but because that's what made him ugly, and he's accused of her murder. At the same time, The Others asks us to question the beliefs that we hold the closest to us, because they might be hurting the people that we love the most.
No, that's not what this movie asks, anyway.
I thought it was...
It's literally just a crappy horror movie.
Yeah. She did try to mention the themes. I remember she was doing that joke at the start there, and I was like, oh, themes. And then she never actually expanded. So I was like, all right, that's fair. Maybe you have to watch it first to get our own understanding. But
I'm going to be honest with Maggie here. Closing the curtains and making the kids read the stuff from the Bible is the least of the bad things that she's done, considering the fact she put pillows over their faces and killed them. Maggie rates reading the Bible above killing kids in bad things you can do. Yeah, I mean, Columbine was bad, but at least you don't have to go to like religious studies anymore.
Unless it was the Torah or no, not Judeo-Christian. Some religion like Shintoism or something, something like a minority would use. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Smothering children is it's a better outcome than reading the Bible.
Yeah. Well, all religion is bad. Must be saved. They're all the same. They're all religion. Every ideology, any ideology with a god in it is bad. It's a male figure, and males are bad. Okay.
It's all bad, apart from the Muslims because I'm frightened of them, and the Jews because I don't want to be classed as right wing, and I just hate Christianity, but not those sort of Christians, not the black ones. I like them.
Not the black Italians from New York. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, the black.
Was that someone else? That was someone else. Yeah. Okay.
No. That was Maggie.
That was Maggie. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure that was Maggie.
Are we attributing everything to Maggie now? Oh, that's not good. We got to get new jokes. I'm
pretty sure it was the black Italian New York.
Yeah, we got to rewatch some of those old Maggie videos to make sure.
Yeah. Oh, you know something? I have to explain to my partner what I do on these podcasts.
We're not too sure ourselves. We try to make sense of these things, and we're just like, I don't know what to say.
She goes, "Oh, do you have fun with it?" I'm like, I don't know.
It's kind of fun. We laugh at it, but other than that, we feel horrible afterwards.
Like, to be, I feel nothing afterwards.
You forget. Like, what did we do last night? I didn't drink that much. I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember it going like dark and black, and then I just woke up again.
There was a boy on the screen, and we don't know what she was saying, and then it was over. And then she's trying to sell us penis objects.
Pumps. Scandinavian penis pumps.
Oh boy! All right.
Anyway,
almost done.
3 minutes. Come on.
Anyways, it wasn't a contest, but she won. People like to say that Eyes Wide Shut is the movie that chronicled their breakdown.
No.
But during the filming, that's actually when they were the closest, because they were the furthest away from Scientology. I think it's telling that the only thing that could pull Cruise away from the church, again, heavy air quotes, was literally the most controlling director on the planet. The Others is the film that actually communes with the ghosts in the house, and Kidman's unflinching portrayal of someone trapped inside the high walls of this gothic tale make it all the more relevant as time goes on.
So next time you're sitting in an AMC theater.
Wait, how old is this VHS?
Remember that you are watching only her second most dedicated and layered performance.
What?
And that concludes this episode of
Probably because she's like a fan of like Moulin Rouge because it's a dance musical thing, and she loves musicals and dance. I'm guessing.
I'm sure Nicole Kidman's been in better movies than the others.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I just can't name any because I'm not really a Nicole Kidman fan.
Yeah, she is a good actor. We just don't know. I'm not we don't pay attention to most of Hollywood these days because it's sort of fractured. And everyone's a lot older than I remember them, of course. And streaming is just sort of like it's random. Like you don't know who you're going to get. There's new actors coming up. And I'm sure
I can barely name half the new actors.
I know. But
I say diversity hire number 1, diversity hire number 2, and Latino girl. So that's about it.
I do recall seeing behind the scenes footage of Nicole Kidman practicing her whip skills, her bullwhip skills in Batman 2, where she
Batman 2?
Batman Returns?
No, Batman Forever she's in.
It's the one after the 89 Batman.
No, that's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. You're right.
But Nicole Kidman is in Batman Forever.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did I get those two
Where
confused?
she for some reason wants to have sex with the Batsuit.
Jeez, I don't remember that at all. Thank God.
That was a scene.
Yeah.
And also the Batsuit's made of black rubber. And it's like, it's really weird. It's a really weird and awkward fucking scene. But she has a nice pair of tits in it, so I'll give her that.
Yay! There's always a redeeming quality there.
Mm-hmm.
All that makeup and all that set design.
I think that's a scene when I realized that women can look attractive.
They're crazy. Everyone in this film looks crazy.
I think I was 5 when I first watched that movie, and I was like, something's happening down there.
Oh.
But yeah. But no, I'm sure Nicole Kidman's got better performances.
Right.
So yeah. Let's finish this video. Come on.
All right.
Behind the performance. This VHS will now self-destruct. Unless you call the number on your screen and take advantage of a limited time offer and buy the entire Behind the Performance collection. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
4. I want it!
Whatever you're selling, I want it. Your weird VHS tapes.
Great, the total is $359. There's no free shipping. Also, I have a Patreon. Put it in.
What the fuck is going on?
Hey, this baby's gonna shoot out 1 VHS a month. Yes, it will fall to the floor if you don't catch it. No, I'm not legally responsible if it breaks.
What did I come in this room to do?
Thank you for watching, all my fellow Thetans. And be sure to head over to adamandeve.com for 50% off one item. I was so excited when they reached out to me to sponsor this video because I already love shopping with them. Whether you're stuck inside with your lover or stuck inside by yourself. It's the perfect pick-me-up. Just use my code FISH, that's F-I-S-H, at adamandeve.com. If you liked the video, like the video. Subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And hey, if you're looking for something to watch in the meantime, check out the Schneidecker Paradox, where I take a look at Tim Heidecker's stand-up comedy persona, satirizing the comedy of Rob Schneider.
No.
A very special thank you to all my patrons who help make this video possible. And you can join them over on patreon.com/Maggie Mae Fish. Until next time, save Martha with your mind.
Oh my God.
All I know is
she's gone.
She just admitted that she bought tons of sex toys.
That was before she was contacted by them. It's like you're such a good customer. Who is this? Oh, she's a celebrity online. We can make some money off her. Oh boy, oh boy. Anyway, let's see some stream memes. I know you've been making some, so I don't know what to expect here.
Oh, it was only 3 streaming. I'm kind of disappointed in that, really.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what we got. Disclaimer: I do not condone violence of any kind, but I must declare my vengeance upon Disney. Holy hell! Oh, what is? I'm not sure what that is. I don't want to know what that is.
It's Kratos with
Medusa.
No, it's what's the god of sunlight?
Polo.
Yeah, it's with his head, but it's replaced with Maggie in Legacy.
Yeah, that'll do it. That does happen on occasion. You look at a certain angle at Maggie, you're like, yeah, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I'm not even joking.
That's an expensive toy. Oh my God. Hannah Harper life-size doll. Holy shit. All right. Well, if you got the money,
they look terrible.
I know that the Japanese ones are a sight to behold, but these are not anywhere near.
These are not the Japanese ones. Yeah. No, this is just shockingly bad. I've seen better balloons at a fucking kid's party.
I'm not sure what primal theory is, but Maggie might tackle that next.
Is that what's his name? Who did the? You know about the show Primal, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, there's an episode called Primal Theory.
Oh.
But like, it's like nothing to do with like Spear and Fang's thing. But it's a good episode actually.
Right.
I've got to really start watching more of the second season of that.
Cool. All right. Well, that was quick. Jesus, that was just. I think Maggie's just phoning it in now. She ran out of ideas. She's just trying to.
Yeah, she's got nothing. She's got no ideas whatsoever.
Her acting is all she's got, and she's just going crazy and making jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I know a connection between Nicole Kidman and Bibbidi Bob. He's like, no, honey, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, she doesn't have any idea of what she's doing. She's just gone. She's completely gone.
Well, we know that was the case years ago as well, but she had just more material to stick together with whatever topic she was talking about, like Christianity, weird Christian films, and politics, which is, I mean, you can put politics to anything these days. So at least there's a lack of politics. There's a lack of Trump in this video. That was surprising.
Yeah.
Did she bring up Roe v. Wade? I don't think so.
No, she didn't.
Yeah. So
also, she didn't really bring up anything.
I know. It was just Nicole Kidman may have gone. There was no evidence of Nicole Kidman doing Scientology stuff. We saw no video footage. We saw no newspaper clippings. We saw nothing. It was just Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
bouncing around like
randomly.
That's normal. That's Tom Cruise as is. So.
Yeah, really, it was just a bit like Nicole Kidman. I really like Nicole Kidman in this movie. It's like, yeah, so I'm just going to talk about her beginning in this movie. It's like, right, okay.
Yeah, I think we have more fun looking at when she covers a movie that she's trying to extrapolate from. This was just like, I like this film because this happens. You're like, that's not anything important, Maggie. You're just weird. And you're not saying anything of any value. Although the whole sex thing was a little funny. It's just like, what the?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, now we know Adam and Eve is a thing. And we'll just think of, whenever we think of, I don't know what she bought, but think of that website. We will think of Maggie.
The thing is, that's now on like my internet history.
I know,
and I'm just like,
when you watch like JonTron and he has like some new mobile game like he likes for whatever dumb reason, you're like, that's okay. He likes video games. He doesn't care. That's his sponsor.
Yeah.
Maggie's like, do you like sex? Like, oh God. How do I make money with sex? Like, oh.
Have you ever thought about buying rampant rabbits? Just and just like, what the fuck? I mean, I went on a massive I'd say I down the rabbit hole, but I'm a bit frightened about how that can come across.
Oh boy! Yeah, no, we gotta wait another month to see what Maggie's up to, because this month's video we already covered a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and we're done. I think we're done with Maggie Mae.
Yeah, there's nothing left underneath 40 minutes, isn't it?
Well, yeah, some of them like we might consider if Dunn watches one and says, "Well, this one's good because it's crazy," and it's like, all right, that's fair enough. We could watch whatever the topic is. But there's pretty lame. Like the three, was it 2 Maggie Mays ago or 3 Maggie Mays ago? It was really bad. Like that was the worst. Like she just went nuts with the devil. She's talking to someone in hell.
Yeah, that one was shockingly bad.
Bonkers. Yeah. So this one was just nothing.
What was the last one about? What was last month's about?
What the hell was it? Let me check. It's really hard.
It was something about abortion came up with it, and we were all like, "Wait, what?" I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, it's sorting it by first instead of last. So I have like Smudcast 145, 130. It's like those are the Cats episodes. RoboCop.
Yeah.
Tim Burton's movies. Saving Chris with Kirk Cameron. Like, oh,
that's a classic. Oh, that was a classic episode. I love that one.
That's because she put her name in the title.
Yeah.
Whereas with
she doesn't, does she?
Yeah, she changed. Remember? Well, that was the thing that Mark found out. As soon as we made videos, she started changing her titles.
Yeah. Howard.
Yeah, I'll have to.
I just.
I'll have to.
I'll have a look.
Yeah,
I'll look later. But yeah, she said something weird about it. Came about Roe v. versus Wade, and we're like, wait, what's this got to do with anything?
Oh yeah. It was the hero's journey. That's right. Oh yeah.
Yes, the hero journey. Oh, the hero's journey is bullshit. And she just started talking about Roe versus Wade. I'm like, okay, what's abortion got to do with this?
Yeah. Jeez. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna have to find another Monday or Friday end of month sort of deal.
And,
hard to find these crazies out there, but they are there.
Yeah, it's hard to find crazies, but A, don't bore us like Renegade Court. B, we've run out of material because she's running out of material. Or C, are just so crazy that we can only watch them once.
Yeah, they are very long so far, and we could do just 10, 20 minutes and then forget about it, or go for it again the next week. It's up to you guys because you're used to it. It's not a big deal anymore, I guess. But we don't want to take hours and hours and hours. We just want 2 hours tops. Nice, good relaxation period before bed, and just chill out, have a good laugh.
Yep,
that's all we need. That's it. We're not trying to be like. I heard EFAP is on episode 200 or whatever, and they're doing a big celebration. Good for them. So
yeah.
But it's too long.
No, I couldn't be doing that. No.
Yeah, it's too
much. It's called a life afterwards.
I know. It's hard. It's really hard, and I got bills to pay and people to meet and things to do, and chores and God knows what else. So 2 hours, 3 hours is good enough for me, and I don't want to take up chat's time either because they're having their own life as well. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So guys,
I can't keep making jokes for 3 hours. I just run out.
Yeah.
I just start flipping back into, I don't know, knock knock, who's there, 9/11, I don't know, something, I don't know. Run out of time.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope Whisp is doing well. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Keep the sessions coming. As always, we try to watch every one that you recommend, and it all comes down to who's available and who wants to do it. And if you guys want to do it, contact me directly. We'll do a video together. I have no problems with that. As long as you have something to say. If we're just both watching a video, we're like, duh, it's not really that fun. So, yeah, we need to have some passion and some insight. So that's when we brought in OtakuDaikun. We covered one of his videos. He's a great YouTuber, fun to talk to, likes anime, good topic. So, fun for everyone. Anyway, thanks a lot. Keep the sessions coming. We'll talk to you soon.